Hi everybody! So today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to make this little mouse. I am going to just use my hook, so we're just going to crochet it with the bands. To let you know, I am going to make mine exactly like this one, so I'll be using about 290 white bands for the body and about 15 pink bands inside. You're going to need about 2 or 3 bands, optional, for the bow, whatever color you'd like to use. I'm also going to use 2 4mm by 7mm pony beads for the eyes. I'm going to give you the option how to do it with just the bands. You could color in the eyes if you like with the pony beads. It's up to you. And pick the colors that you would like to use. You're also going to need some stuffing and a stitch marker. I'm going to use a C-clip. So I'm going to get started. Round 1 of the ear, I'm going to show you to do one, and then you're going to pause the video to make yourself another. I am going to start off using the darker shade pink just for the center of the ear. So choose the color, or you could have it solid. I'm going to use the bottom part of my loom, so turn it upside down. And we're going to take a single band and wrap it 3 times around the bottom peg. So 1, 2, and 3. Reach in with your hook, and you're going to grab your first band and bring it through like you're doing a slip knot. Put on your hook and bring this band over. Bring it to the side. Go in, grab your second band and bring it through on your hook and bring these 2 bands over. Go in for your third, bring it through on your hook and bring these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Go in for your fourth, bring it through on your hook and bring these 2 bands over. Turn it around, go back in for your 5th band, bring it through on your hook, bring these 2 bands over. I'm going to slide my stitch marker on, which I'm using the C-clips, remove it off your loom, and you should have 5 stitches. Move your bands around so that they're nice and even. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. Round 2 of the ears, what we're going to do is add 2 bands to each chain around. So at the end of this round, you're going to have 10 stitches. So I'm going to go in my first chain, and I'm going to be changing the color. So I'm going to grab my first band through that chain, and then I want to bring it through the other loop that's on my hook. And we're starting off with a slip stitch because we're changing color and you want a nice round. So you want both ends on your hook like you're doing a slip knot and slide. Go back in that same chain and you want to grab another single band and bring it through. This time bring it on your hook so you have 3 bands and slide through. Moving on to your next chain, we're going to add 2 rubber bands, one at a time, on your hook and slide. Go back in for your second band, on your hook and slide. Moving on to your next chain, 2 rubber bands again, go back in, add your second one, and continue this pattern all the way around. 2 bands in each chain. Drop my stitches in the last. So you should have 10 stitches now. Never count where your C-clip is. And if you change color, you don't want to count where this little tiny slip knot is. That's not your chain. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the one on my hook is 10. You can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. Round 3 of the ear, what we're going to do is increase on every second stitch. So we're going to add 2 rubber bands to every other stitch. So the pattern is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. With your last rubber band, you're going to do a slip knot to tie it off. So I'm going to go on my first chain, again, not where my little slip knot is, and I'm going to add 1 rubber band. Bring it through on your hook and slide. Moving on to the second chain, you're going to add 2 rubber bands, 1 at a time. Go back in. Moving on, you're going to start again. 1 in the next chain. 2 in the next chain. Then start again. 1, next chain with 2. Continue this pattern all the way around. If at any point in time I'm going too fast for you, please pause the video, I lay out the bands, and come back to me when you're done. So where my stitch marker is, I'm going to be adding 2 rubber bands 1 at a time, and that last rubber band I'm going to do a slip knot. So just the same way we did the slip stitch before, bring that band through, bring it through the other loop that's on your hook. So I have either end, grab the other end, and slide. You should have 15 stitches. Remove your stitch marker. And what we're going to do now is take 3 rubber bands. I'm going to use the white color because that's what I have on the outside. What I'm going to do is turn my ear upside down, and I have the slip knot at the top. So right now where the curl is, how it's curling up, I'm just turning it upside down. What I'm going to do is right beside the slip knot, I'm going to go in the chain right beside it. And I'm going to grab a single band and bring it through like a slip knot. I'm going to go to the chain right beside it and do this one more time. Bring a white band or the color of your body through. I'm just going to give this one another little tug. Now right where our original slip knot is, I'm going to go in 1 chain beside that and add 1 rubber band and do a slip knot. So this is what you should have. Please pause the video and make yourself another ear. So now we're going to make the tail, and all it is 18 loops, single band and doubled. So I just went up 18 times. So you're going to need 20 bands to make the tail. With our first band, we're going to wrap this around our hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with our last band, we're going to put to the side, so that would be the 20th. That we're going to slide the tail on to a single band without doubling it. So now taking our next band, what we're going to do is a single band, doubled, attach to your hook, support with your finger, and slide your band on. Grab the other end. Our next band, single, twist it, and you're going to double it and slide the band on. Grab the other end. Our next band. So just remember you're using 18 bands to make the loop. So you should have 18. You'll see 1, 2, and 3 so far. And just continue going up. Sorry about my dog. Hope he doesn't continue. Grab the other end and keep going. Grab the other end. If you want to make this a little bit shorter, go ahead. If you want to see what he looks like again, or she looks like. So you should have 18 loops. With our last band, all we're going to do is just take a single and slide this tail right onto it and put to the side. Round 1 of the body, what we're going to do is 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So turn your loom upside down, take a single band, and you're going to wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now take your hook and a single band, and you're going to bring it through. Reach in, grab the band, bring it up like you're doing a slip knot on your hook, and bring this band over. Turn it to the side. Go back in for your second band, bring it through on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Go back in for your third band, bring it through on your hook, bring these 2 bands over, and bring it to the side. Going in for your fourth, on your hook, bring these 2 bands over and bring it to the side. Go in, bring your band through, on your hook, 2 bands over, and you want to attach your stitch marker to the band around your hook and remove off the loom. Move your bands around so that they're nice and neat, and you should have 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is around your hook. For round 2 of the body, what we're going to do is increase this round to 7 stitches. So at the end you should have 7 stitches. The pattern is going to be 2 bands in the first chain, then 1, 1, 1, and then 2. So you can see how I laid out the bands. So you're going to go in your first stitch with 2 bands, 1 at a time. Bring it through, go back in, on your hook, and bring it through. Now your second chain will have 1 band. Your third chain with 1. Your fourth chain with 1. And your last chain where your stitch marker is, you should have 2. 1, last one, 2. So you should have 7 stitches now. Don't count where it's getting pulled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is on your hook. Attach your stitch marker. For round 3 of the body, what we're going to do is increase our round to 10 stitches. So the pattern is going to be 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. You can see how I laid out the bands. So at the end of the round you should have 10 stitches. Going in my first chain with 2 bands. Go back in. And then our next chain will have 1, then 1. repeat 2 in our next chain, go back in, next chain with 1, our next chain with 1, and then our last chain with 2. So you should have 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is on your hook. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. Round 4 of the body, we're going to increase this round. So the pattern is going to be 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. The only thing we're going to do different is add the eyes. I'm going to use the pony beads, and if you have bands and don't have the pony beads, I'm going to show you how to do that. So pick an eye color, and you can wrap this around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have 4 loops. What I'm going to do is remove stitch 6, so this would be the 6th band. I'm going to attach it to my hook, and you're just going to slide the eye band on. Oops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That shouldn't have happened. Slide it on, remove off your hook. And now for the other one, again, wrap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to be removing stitch 9. So our 9th band, slide on. This is what your pattern should look like. Because I'm going to be using the beads, I'm just going to take a single band, bend it and put inside, and one more. So I'm going to go on my first chain with 2 rubber bands, one at a time. Back in, our next chain with 1, our next chain with 2, and then our next chain we're going to be adding the eye. Oops. So I just am going to fix that. I'm going to grab one end with my finger and the other end with the hook, and I'm just going to bring it through just how we would normally with a band, going on with our next chain with 2 bands. Our next chain with the eye with just a single band. Our next chain with 2. Where you have your stitch marker, you will be adding just 1 rubber band. Next chain with 1. Our next chain with 2. And our last one. So you should have 15 stitches. You will find that you'll have maybe a tiny little stitch right here where your beads are. That will be one of your chain. Your bead is pulling at it. So basically, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a tiny one, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 is on your hook. Remove your C-clip and attach it to your band. For round 5, what we're going to do is single crochet a single band in each chain around. So you're just going to add a single band. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to turn it inside out, and we're going to end up doing a reverse stitch. So keep your hook on, and what we're going to do is just basically going around again. When you put your first band in, your first chain is not where your band is being pulled. We're just going to skip that one and we're going to go through our next one with a single band. So you're just going to add one rubber band in each chain around. Our next chain, and keep going. Remember not, if you did use the beads, not to skip that tiny little chains, then you just won't have enough chains at the end. When you get to the last two bands, in case you don't know, you'll see there's one stitch here, and then the last one will be where your C-clip is, or your stitch marker. So you'll see that now I'm starting to join, so my next stitch is up here. So you should have 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Remove your C-clip or your stitch marker. For round 6 of the body, the pattern is 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of round 6, you're going to have 20 stitches. So going in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, with one rubber band. Bring it through. Our second stitch will have 1. In our third stitch, we're going to add 2 bands, one at a time. Go back in. You're going to repeat this pattern all the way around. 1, 1, 2. I'm just going to do that again. Go back in. And again, 1, 1, and then 2. Go back in. Repeat this 2 more times. 1, 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next. Go back in. And 1 more time. You're adding 2 bands where your stitch marker is. So you should have 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20s on your hook. Remove your stitch marker, add it to the band, and what we're going to do now is just fix the eyes. So you can just move the band up. You're going to push the eyes through. You'll see a little V. Whether you're using bands or the beads. And now we're going to add the nose. So I'm going to use 3 of the pink bands for the nose. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, right through the magic circle. And I'm going to grab all 3 bands. And you're just going to bring it through. And keep it on your hook. Now I'm going to go on the stitch just above, so I'm going to look in the center of the eyes. So you're going to see right in here, I'm just going to open up these little stitches right here and go right through the center of that. And grab the other ends of the bands, and I'm going to bring them through that. I'm just going to bring this white band over. And I'm just going to take a single white band and I'm going to do a slip knot. So I'm going to bring it through all the bands that are around my hook. Not this one. And grab the end and tie it off. Give it a pull. And this is what you should have. I have 1 loose band, so I'm just going to bring it to the back, and there you go. Round 7 of the body, the pattern is 1, 1, 1, 2. So we're going to increase on every 4th stitch. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of round 7 you should have 25 stitches. So we're going to go in our first chain with 1 band. Our second chain with 1. Our third chain with 1. And our 4th, we're going to be adding 2. 1, go back in, 2. And repeat. 1, 1, 1, 2. Go back in. And now just repeat this pattern all the way around. So you should have 25 stitches going around. You can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. Round 8 of the body, we are going to start to decrease this round. So we're going to make it smaller. At the end of round 8, you should have 20 stitches. So the pattern is going to be 1, 1, 1, stitch 4 and 5 together. 1, 1, 1, 4 and 5 together. So go and repeat this pattern 5 times. So going in the first stitch with 1 band. our second stitch with 1 band, our third stitch with 1. Now you're going to take stitch 4, turn towards inside of the face here, and go through stitch 5. And you're going to bring 1 band through. Now with your finger, you can just push the face to the center of that band to relieve some of the tension. Grab the other end and slide through. And just repeat. 1, 1, 1, stitch 4 and stitch 5 together. And repeat. 1, 1, 1, 4, and 5 together. And just repeat 2 more times. So you should have 20 stitches now. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. And you can just move your bands around, loosen up some of the tension. For rounds 9 to rounds 14, what we're going to do is just single crochet in each chain around. So you're just going to add 1 rubber band to each chain. In each pile, I have 20 bands. So at the end of each round, you should have 20 stitches. I'm going to do round 9 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to continue the other rounds. So going in my first chain, not where it's being pulled, adding 1 rubber band, our next chain with 1. Go all the way around, so you should have 20 stitches. I'm going to leave my C-clip there, and I'm going to add another C-clip. Just, that's what I like to do to be able to count my rounds to make sure I did enough. And you're just going to continue. So now you can pause the video and come back to me when you're done. For round 15 of the body, what we're going to do is the pattern is going to be 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. On our first section, so we're going to start off 1 in the first chain, 1 in the second chain, and 3 and 4 together is where we're going to add the tail. At the end of this round, we're going to have 15 stitches. So let's just go in our first chain with 1 band, our second chain with 1. Now you're going to take stitch 3 and stitch 4, and we're going to stitch together with the tail. So grab the tail, and I'm going to say to put it flat on the body. You're going to notice a little curl. We want that curl to go towards the front of the head. So you can see my curl. What we're going to do is grab the loop that's facing the bottom, and you're going to bring that one through the first chain. You might want to grab the other end of the band. Stitch 3, I let go, stitch 3 and stitch 4, curl, last band here, put on your hook, and grab the other end with your finger to support it, and bring it through. Grab the other end and slide. So you're going to see the curl is towards the front. Now continue the pattern. 1 in the next chain, 1 in the next, 3 and 4 together. And repeat 1, 1, 3 and 4 together. Again, 1, 1, 3 and 4 together. And one more time. 1, 1, 3 and 4 together. So you should have 15 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. For round 16 of the body, what we're going to do is 1 in the first chain, then stitch 2 and 3 together. 1, 2 and 3 together. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of round 16, you're going to have 10 stitches. So going in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, with 1 band. Now you're going to take 2 and 3 and stitch together. Push into the center of that band and repeat 1 in the first chain, and then 2 and 3 together. Push and repeat 1, 2 and 3 together. And again, 1, 2 and 3 together. And one more time. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. So now what we're going to do is add some stuffing. So if you just want to take your band and push it up on your hook, and then we'll just add the stuffing inside. Just open it up. Remember not to add too much stuffing. I think I'm just going to take some out. And my C-clip came off. And that should be okay like that. For round 17 of the body, what we're going to do is close off the end. So I'm going to use 5 rubber bands. With our last rubber band, we're going to do a slip knot. You're going to take every 1 and 2 chains and stitch together. So it's 1 and 2 together, 1 and 2 together, 1 and 2 together, all the way around. So you're going to go in chain 1 and grab chain 2 and stitch together. Chain 1, chain 2, stitch together. One, 2, stitch together. One, 2, stitch together. And now the last band that you have, you're going to do a slip knot. So stitch 1 and stitch 2, and you're going to bring this band through all of the loops that are on your hook and do a slip knot. Grab the other end and tie it off. I'm going to remove my stitch marker. Now if you do want to make the little bow, I'm just going to show you fast how to do that. I'm actually going to use 3 bands of the color that you'd like to use, and I'm just going to use the bottom part of my loom. So 2 pegs. Now you can just take the color of the body, so I'm going to use the white, and I'm just going to go underneath the 3 bands here and grab the other end and just do a little slip knot. And you can remove this off the loom and just put that to the side for a minute. Now I'm just going to show you how to fix the tail. What I'm actually going to do is, behind the tail, you're going to see this band right here, right below the tail. I'm actually going to bring that tail right through. So you're going to see this little loop here. I'm going to go through, and I'm going to bring the tail through. So I'm actually going to grab the cap band, so the band right at the end of the tail, and just bring it through. Very slowly. And then just bend it. Now I'm going to show you how to sew on the ear. So I'm going to count the little tiny holes that you're going to see. So I'm going to start where our nose is. So that'll be 1, go right above, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is where I'm going to place my ear. Now I'm going to do this side first. So I'm actually going to, this is the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to be about here, and I'm going to grab this stitch that's right in the same line as the eye. So just so you see, that's where I'm going to go first. So what I'm going to do now is count 4 stitches over. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is where I'm going to go first. This is where I'm going to start. So I'm just going to put my ear here. And I'm going to grab the first slip knot that's on the ear and bring it through. Now I'm going to go in the stitch over right beside that on the body and grab my slip knot on the ear, which my slip knot fell apart. 1 second, let me just fix. I'm going to bring it through and slide. I'm going to go on the next stitch over beside that on the body, bring my slip knot through and slide. Now I'm right where I said I was going to be, right here, and bring my slip knot through. Now I'm just going to make sure that our ear is nice. And that should be okay. What I'm going to do now is go in the back, so I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to catch on the body 2 of the stitches, and I'm going to grab the pink stitch that you see here, 1 of them. Grab a white band, and I'm going to do a slip knot. So I'm going to slide it through all of the bands that are on my hook. Grab the other end and slide. So there's 1 ear on. And now for the other ear. Now for the other ear. Again, we're going to sew the same, but I'm going to start in the center and go that way because I am right-handed. I am going to start at the stitch right beside where we ended here for the other ear. So I'm just going to go right in here. And I'm going to bring my first slip knot through. You want to make sure that your ear is upside down here, like flat on the body. And going for the next stitch, right beside that, grabbing the next slip knot, bringing it through. And then the next stitch on the body, catching the slip knot on the ear and bringing it through and slide. And the next stitch on the body, next slip knot, bring it through. Make sure that it's in a right spot. And I'm just going to go down, I'm going to let go of this last stitch and grab a slip knot on the body just below, because I'm going towards the back. So I'm going to try grabbing 1 more towards the front, and that's better. Now I'm going to turn it to the back. I'm going to grab 1 stitch on the body, and I'm going to grab 1 of the stitches on the pink. And I'm going to do a slip knot, so bringing it through all the bands that are on my hook. And I lost it. I keep getting caught, sorry. Other end. And then just stretch it out. And then you can just hide your slip knots. Just go into the back. Grab the slip knot and then just bring it through the body. And then when you're attaching the bow on, basically I'm just going to wrap it around the tail, however you like it. And you can wrap it around 3 times, 2 and 3. And then position it to however you like. There you go. I hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. Please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.